Guess what I said? Man, I don't want to talk no more. I'm gonna sit down and talk to her. If Jay Prince want to sit down and talk to me, I'm bringing the FBI and the police.
I never will. I don't know what type of town let one mother run something. That's a weak town. Don't know one mother run nothing in Dallas nor Fort Worth.
No wonder they mob ties. No wonder everybody got to check in, y'all. Now I'm checking in with the police department. Police department told me, hey man, you got a problem with Mr. James Prince. Austin, we hear you got a problem with James Prince. Like a bunch of to me. I see.
But he don't have a mob. And he not a mafia.
You know, quote unquote celebrities checking in and things like that. I feel like a lot of people when
make that white boy check in. Yeah, make the white boy motorcycle game, homie. Nah, Houston is a player town, homie. Long as you don't check in to Jay Prince Jr. Jay Prince Jr. Everything happened around him, boy. Not the city of Houston.
It's never just talk when Charleston White sets his sights on somebody. It's battle, and right now that storm is crashing over Houston, locked straight on Jay Prince Sr. and Jay Prince Jr.
Y'all, I just got the call from the Houston's mayor's office and the gang unit police department in Houston, Texas. They are scared of rap a lot. And this is what I'm telling the Houston police department. Y'all can suck my too.
Jay Prince really don't run Houston. He's been a mythical figure in the entertainment hip hop culture world. But in the streets, in the prison systems, he's not recognized and identified.
Of Houston saying, hey, we hear there's some issues with Charleston White and James Prince. Don't you think it's a little too early to have this conflict? She said, well, listen, I'm not stopping my event. I ain't stopping my event. I got a black male that's scared of James Prince. I bet if it was a white person, they wouldn't be scared of Rap A Lot Records. I bet they got a black police chief. You better keep jumping on. You better keep jumping on. Cause I one of you ESG. I'm telling mob ties, Rap A Lot, y'all can suck my. Do y'all hear that woman's voice? Do y'all hear the pain in that woman's voice? Now you knowing this was a goddamn kids event for over a month. But because Jay Prince, because I refused to sit down with you, y'all called my manager and I told you sitting down with.
These two aren't just names in the streets. They're major players, the kind of men whose power runs deep. But this time, what started as a simple postponed event has exploded into chaos filled with rumors about control, politics, and shady backdoor moves. Is Charleston exposing truths that others are too scared to say out loud? Or is he about to bury himself in a battle he can't win? Word around town says this one's about to blow up big time.
Tell you how weak mob ties is. There's no such thing as a mob ties. It's a fictitious name. They're not a mob. Mob ties is like the white boy from Malibu Most Wanted. Jay Prince Jr. and his son, they like the Malibu from Most Wanted. They're not no real gangsters.
I promise God, I just got the call, Charleston said. And just like that, the internet lost its mind. The energy's heavy.
He got a whole half full of it. So I was working with an organization that works against an organization that has. I ain't had no comedy show. James Prince didn't stop nothing. The city of Houston called. That's how big I am. Jay Prince used his political bribes, and everybody knows the police department is on James Prince Rap A Lot Records.
Tension's thick, and it feels like Houston's about to see some real fireworks. When a man like Charleston White takes aim at the Princes, both father and son, you gotta wonder what secret does he know that nobody else does.
I don't know what type of town let one run something. That's a weak town. Don't know one mother run nothing in Dallas nor Fort Worth. And surely not no entertainment mother. Like a Jay Prince kind of guy.
Yeah.
Jay Prince really don't run Houston. He's been a mythical figure in the entertainment hip hop culture world. But in the streets, in the prison systems, he's not recognized and identified as a mob boss.
Charleston ain't just another online talker. He's one of the most talked about voices of this generation. Straight out of Texas, his story's been wild. From the streets to a prison cell, then back out chasing redemption with a fire that won't quit. Now,
They mob ties. No wonder everybody got to check in, y'all. Now I'm checking in with the police department. Police department told me, hey man, you got a problem with Mr. James Prince. Austin, we hear you got a problem with James Prince. Man, we scared of him. I swear to God, y'all, I just got the call from the Houston's mayor's office and the gang unit police department in Houston, Texas. They are scared of rap a lot. And this is what I'm telling the Houston police department. Y'all can suck my.
he's walking that razor's edge between truth teller and trouble stirrer, blending street wisdom with lessons learned the hard way. Some folks call him a man reborn, a voice that forces people to think. Others see him as a one-man wrecking crew, exposing fake loyalty, broken codes, and dirty games.
There's nothing like the Italian mafias like we've been seeing in the movies. So why? Who gives a mob tie? So I'm ignoring, but instead he's saying it on stage while I'm on stage. So how mob tie? Said these niggas ain't. So I got these two dudes saying, take your mask off.
Whatever side you're on, one thing's certain. When Charleston White talks, Houston listens even when they don't want to. His no-filter delivery always splits the room wide open. Is he helping build the culture or just shaking it up for attention? That's the question echoing every time he speaks. But before you can really feel how deep this storm goes, you gotta understand exactly who he's calling out. The Princes. James Prince Sr. isn't just another label boss, he's a living legend. The man built Rap-A-Lot Records from scratch and turned Southern rap into a global movement. He didn't just change music, he changed how power moves in the South. His name carries weight in every room, from the boardroom to the block. And his son, J. Prince Jr., he's got that same aura, but he's flipped it for a new era. Mixing old school respect with new school influence, he's made mob ties more than a phrase. It's a lifestyle that runs through Houston's veins. Together, they're not just family, they're a dynasty. Their legacy stretches from platinum records to street legends, from music empires to unspoken authority.
Charleston White is more real than he is, this whack, Officer Whack 100, because Charleston White tell you he a rat and he gonna call the police and he gonna do all of that. This rat 100 dude slides up on the real ones and portray to be something that he not, you know what I mean, which makes him more of a threat. So my advice to the hip hop culture with individuals like him, don't let him know where you at when you go to LA, because we know what come with being rotten. You know what I mean? Let's delete the relationships with this wood rat. You know what I mean? Because he don't mean y'all know.
That's why this whole face-off with Charleston White hits different. It's not just beef, it's a battle between generations. It's legacy versus rebellion, order versus disruption. On one side, you've got Charleston, the raw voice of resistance, the man who refuses to bite his tongue. And on the other, the Princes, symbols of power, respect, and control in Houston's culture. Both claim to speak for the people, but when those voices clash, it's never peaceful. When legacy meets chaos, something's bound to explode. James Prince Sr., the godfather of Rap-A-Lot, and J. Prince Jr., the new face of mob ties, aren't men who get challenged easily. So when Charleston steps up, he's not just talking slick. He's declaring battle in broad daylight. He's not tossing rumors. He's dragging what's hidden right into the open. And in doing that, he's shaking up Houston's whole hip-hop hierarchy, one bold word at a time. This is where things get wild, because while some people brush Charleston off as another loudmouth with a camera, others see a man who's got nothing to lose, the type who'll say what everyone else whispers about behind closed doors.
I hope all you goddamn low down dirty, and I'm gonna tell Jay Prince this here. I'm telling mob ties, nigga, like y'all can suck my. Do y'all hear that woman's voice? Do y'all hear the pain in that woman's voice? Now you been knowing this was a goddamn kids event for over a month, but because Jay Prince, because I refused to sit down with you, y'all called my manager, and I told you I ain't sitting down with no. Now all of a sudden the mayor's office is getting calls. So you mean to tell me you put kids' life in jeopardy? Y'all calling the mayor's office and man, when we know it's a kids event and he speak, we go hurt him at a kids event. That's why I hate you, coward mob nigga.
That's why I hate you, cow.
When he calls out Jay Prince and his family, he's not just stirring the pot, he's poking at the core of Houston's power circle. The question is, does Charleston want fame, or is he really pulling the mask off something darker? Something that touches politics, fear, and control in the city. Love him or hate him, Charleston White made his whole name by saying what everyone else bites their tongue about. He's not polished, not rehearsed, he's raw to the bone. A man who walked through the fire of gang life, hit rock bottom, and turned it all into a voice that slices through the noise like a blade.
Houston is a player town, homie. Long as you don't check in to Jay Prince Jr. Jay Prince Jr. is the thing happening around him. Boy. Not the city of Houston. Jay Prince Jr. is trying to play gangster mob, homie, really discrediting his father's name and legacy.
You said LA's a place where rap.
Yeah. Any celebrity, any black celebrity.
I feel like Houston's the same way now.
Nah. That happened to Takeoff was just a fluke. But you can go to Houston and party and have fun all night. Go to different sides of Houston.
I mean, bro, we heard stories of the jeweler that got.
All that setup dealing with Jay Prince Jr. and mob.
His words shock, offend, and sometimes straight up enrage people, but that's his superpower. Controversy feeds him, and he knows exactly how to make the whole internet stop and watch. But on the flip side, you've got the Princes, a full-blown dynasty, not just a family. James Prince Sr. isn't your average hip-hop mogul. He's an icon carved into Houston's history. He built Rap-A-Lot Records from dust and turned mob ties into a legacy stitched into the city's soul.
Prince is a mogul, but he don't have a mob, and he not a mafia.
You know, quote unquote celebrities checking in and things like that. I feel like a lot of people when you go to
that white boy check in. You make the white boy motorcycle game.
His son, Jay Prince Jr., carried that same fire into the modern era, mixing respect, influence, and loyalty into a brand that goes way beyond the music. Together, they represent the blueprint for power in Houston, the kind that doesn't need to be spoken to be felt. So when Charleston decides to come for them, it's not just another viral moment, it's a cultural collision. His loud, unapologetic truth-telling slams right into the calm, calculated control that surrounds the Princes. That mix, it's explosive.
The city of Houston saying, hey, we hear there's some issues with Charleston White and James Prince. Don't you think it's a little too early to have this conflict? She said, well, listen, I'm not stopping my event. I ain't stopping my event. Miss Pap, all we saying is, do you think? So Miss Pap said, okay, Charleston, man, they calling me saying they getting some phone calls at the mayor's office. She said they getting some phone calls at the mayor's office. A bunch of phone calls that Charleston White is coming and him and Jay Prince is having problems. This ain't got nothing to do with Jay Prince's power and none of his influence because he don't have that much power and influence. So Miss Pap said, listen, Charleston, it ain't nothing but these calling the mayor's office. And I said, okay, Miss Pap, I'm gonna hold back. She said, yeah, because I'm gonna keep my event going.
The real spark that lit this fire came when Charleston was reportedly banned from a youth mentorship event in Houston. On paper, it looked harmless, a last-minute cancellation. But Charleston wasn't buying it. He claimed it was no coincidence that the Princes had quietly pulled strings to keep him out. And when that hit, he lost it. They don't want me in Houston, he snapped, furious and fired up.
Guess what I said? Man, I won't talk no. Sit down and talk to her. If Jay Prince want to sit down and talk to me, I'm bringing the FBI and the police.
To him, that wasn't just disrespect. It was a message, a reminder that power still calls the shots behind closed doors. And that's when things got personal, real personal. During one of his wildest live streams yet, Charleston let loose with claims that shook the internet. He accused the Prince family of pulling every string they could to silence him. They're scared of my words. They're using the police, politics, and power to shut me down, he yelled, his voice dripping with rage. This wasn't the usual online rant for clicks. This time, it was a battle cry from a man who felt cornered and ready to fight back.
So why y'all mad? He watched him go hand out money according to the FBI to put on FBG, Duckhead. Y'all still go ride with him
I hate to hear that song when he say that they took. Y'all still ain't gonna apologize to Miss Tuka.
They the ones who's making him famous and blowing him up like this because they can't stop saying his name.
So do King Von get all the light, this demon? My mother told me, son, there's gonna come a time when not just black people, but people are gonna look at right and say right is wrong, and look at wrong and say wrong is right. This is that time? No celebrity gonna come out and condemn King Von. Them niggas, who are riding with him. This is a documented, and he ain't nobody but us. HPD, because everybody know you got the police on the payroll. The FBI just can't infiltrate the Houston Police Department to get them. Everybody know James Prince got the Houston Police Department on their payroll. That's why when Trey and Zero was when them jumping on Trey, that's why they did it in front of the Houston Police Department, and the Houston Police Department never stopped it. Y'all noticed that in that video, right? Why would the Houston Police Department give James Prince and his son, who was open murder investigation, why would they give him the police report where they got
The rant went from anger to straight up warfare. Charleston didn't just throw shade. He called out J. Prince Sr. and Jr. by name, daring them to meet him face to face. His words were fire, painting Houston as a city trapped in silence, where even the cops supposedly move under the Prince's influence. And to show he wasn't bluffing, Charleston flashed what looked like GEs on camera, sending one loud message: he wasn't scared of nobody. That wild mix of confidence and chaos gave his critics exactly what they wanted: fresh fuel. But Charleston wasn't finished shaking things up. He dropped screenshots and supposed messages from event organizers, claiming they were proof that outside pressure got him kicked out of the youth event. Real or not, those so-called receipts lit up social media like a wildfire.
So when he did that, I'm steady talking. Yeah, Kobe Bryant jersey wearing, Michael Jordan titty. Then he proceeds toward the stage.
People were arguing nonstop. Was he exposing hidden power plays or just spinning another story to stay trending? What started as a local Houston issue suddenly became national gossip. Everybody had something to say. But what really took it over the top was the silence that followed. Because through all of Charleston's shouting, the Princes, both senior and junior, said nothing. No interviews, no posts, not even a cryptic tweet. And that quiet, it's got folks talking even louder. Some say the silence is power, a way to show Charleston doesn't deserve a response. Others think it's strategy, keeping things low to avoid adding more shine to his name. Meanwhile, Houston feels like it's split in two. Some locals and officials brush Charleston off, saying he's just chasing the spotlight again, feeding off controversy like it's oxygen. They claim he knows exactly how to keep people talking. But others aren't so quick to dismiss him. They see his chaos as a mirror, reflecting the kind of quiet control and fear that runs deeper in the city than most care to admit. And that's exactly why people can't look away. Because when Charleston White goes quiet, it's never the end. It's just the silence before the next explosion. He doesn't back off. He reloads. The Prince's influence in Houston runs deep. So deep, it's practically woven into the city's DNA. Charleston keeps claiming he's being silenced or pressured, but the Houston Police Department hasn't confirmed or denied a thing. And that silence? It screams louder than any statement ever could. Nobody's defending him, but nobody's stopping him either.
I was gonna tell you, man, we in the championship. I was gonna try to get you to come out to the game.
Yeah. Now I ain't gonna be in till tomorrow.
Okay, hey, look, the jacket ain't make it in yet, but I got the address to send it to you.
Okay, bet.
All right.
All
It's
right.
gonna be sweet, man. But yeah, man, man, we'll see you tomorrow, man.
I already bet.
What do I need to do? Do I need to just text you before I get there? Or,
Yeah. Just call. I call you when I get in. I get in real early, so I hit you tomorrow morning.
Okay, bet it up.
I bet.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah. So y'all just heard it from Miss Pap yourself, man. Ain't nobody shutting anyway. Ain't no comedy show. I don't know where these niggas getting.
His latest outburst has the whole hip-hop world on edge. Some insiders say he's reckless, warning that his mouth could light up real chaos in the streets. But others argue he's just saying what everyone already knows but won't admit, that unchecked power still rules the game and very few have the guts to call it out. The culture's split right down the middle, and the comment sections online are proof. It's pure madness out there. One camp calls Charleston crazy for picking fights with giants, saying he's playing with fire just to stay viral. The other side, they salute him, calling him fearless for speaking truth to power. Like him or not, Charleston's name stays burning hot, and every argument, every clip, every post keeps him locked in the spotlight of his battle with the Princes. But under all that noise, there's a bigger question simmering. Are we watching another attention grab, or is Charleston really peeling back the layers on how Houston's power actually moves? Because J. Prince Sr. ain't just a mogul, he's an institution. His name carries weight from the block to the boardroom, even in political circles. And now Charleston's dragging that quiet power out into the open, daring everyone to see what's really going on. If there's even a grain of truth behind his talk about canceled events and police pressure, then this isn't just hip-hop drama. It's a glimpse into Houston's hidden hierarchy, a system that thrives in the dark and clearly doesn't want that spotlight shining on it. For Charleston, the stakes couldn't be higher. Every scandal, every viral headline keeps his name alive, financially, legally, and socially. But flashing those W's on camera during his outburst, that flipped the switch from bold to dangerous, turning him into both a provocateur and a target. Critics warn he's playing with fire, poking at powers that don't play fair, while his supporters praise him as fearless for standing up to the so-called untouchables. Meanwhile, the Prince's silence cuts like a knife. Some see it as pure strength, a calculated move that shows they're above the drama. Others whisper it's avoidance, a silence that makes people question just how deep their control really goes. But no matter which side you're on, this clash has cracked something wide open. It's no longer just about music, it's about power, loyalty, and who really runs things in Houston. Charleston's rants have pushed the city into uncomfortable conversations that most avoid. Whether he's a truth teller or an agitator with no filter, one thing's certain: he's got the entire community talking. Charleston White's voice has sparked a fire that few dared to ignite. This isn't just gossip, it's a full-blown examination of who holds power, who protects it, and who's brave enough to question it. The feud between Charleston White and the Princes has grown into something bigger than either side could have imagined. It's a test of authority, respect, and courage. Charleston's out here risking it all: his safety, his freedom, and his reputation, to challenge the so-called untouchables head-on. Whether you see him as reckless or righteous, one thing can't be denied: he's shaking the system, and everybody's watching to see what happens next. Now here's the real question: what happens next? Will the Princes' silence keep standing as a power move, showing Charleston's not even worth their time? Or will they finally break that calm and clap back? And what about Charleston? Does he double down and keep swinging? Or does the heat finally make him back off? At this point, it's bigger than just one man or one feud. It's about who truly controls Houston's story, its culture, and its future. This city isn't just a hip-hop hub. It's a powerhouse of influence that reaches far beyond music. And when someone like Charleston White starts shaking that foundation, everybody starts wondering, who's really pulling the strings behind the scenes? So now it's on you. Do you think Charleston's being reckless for going after untouchable names? Or is he standing up with real courage, calling out power players nobody else dares to mention? Is this about truth and justice? Or just another wild chapter in hip-hop's never-ending game of fame, power, and control? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss what's coming next, because trust me, this story's far from over. See you on the next one.